Good morning, good day, and good night, fellow anchorites, and welcome to Chaos Chronicles. I'm Jordan, and this is my co-host, co-pilot Dustin, and we're discussing all things Disney's Marvel and Star Wars universe. No matter where in the galaxy you are, get yourself a blue milk, a nature gel, gal, or a radium slice, and prepare for takeoff because we have a lot of things to discuss in today's episode.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We are here to discuss episode 7 of Skeleton Crew. We only have one episode left. This show has flown by, but
It's
we are
almost
here to.
over.
It's almost over. We're here to discuss. We're gonna be in so much trouble. Episode 7. How did we feel about this episode? I have a lot to say. We both have a lot to say. We've already kind of discussed a lot. What do we think of this episode? Because was.
It was a filler.
Yes, it was. It was definitely filler,
And because of this, the length of this episode, they should have actually just gave us both.
I agree. I think this is the second shortest episode, if I remember correctly, of the whole season, with being 34 minutes. And there's not a lot going on in this episode, really. Like, when we watched it together on Tuesday, we even both said that you don't even have to start watching it until the hologram of the parents comes up. And, like, the beginning's kind of nothing, not giving.
Yeah. Mm. It was kind of a waste of an episode.
I agree, and being the fact that it's the finale next episode, and we got this episode now, I'm concerned of what's happening for the finale.
Hopefully, better.
Hopefully, it's longer. If it's 30 minutes, I'm going to be upset. I'm not going to lie to anybody. If it's 30 minutes, I will be pretty upset.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't think
know. Are there any?
Right.
We usually know.
I couldn't find anything personally of what the time is of the last episode, but maybe there is. I don't know.
Let's see.
Yes. Let's look at that up and let's get right into some recap of what happened this episode while we look that up. So this episode starts out with our parents. We're going back to At Attin. Our parents, Wendell, Farah, Neel's mom, and KB's mothers are all coming together. They need to get something out to their kids. So they have this communication device that they're trying to get outside the barrier. So
we kind of seen them steal it. What was it, like 2 episodes ago?
Yes. We do see them take matters into their own hands because the process is just taking too long. So we see our parents come together at night and they're trying to get this communication device outside of the barrier so that it can reach their children. But droids, obviously, these freaking droids stop them, and yes, I don't like them either. They remind me of a droid from a different series that I can never think of, but when I do, we will come back to that.
Is it Andor?
No, it's not Star Wars related at all. It's a different show completely, but our different series completely. Sorry, but most of our parents get stunned. Neel's mother's the first one stunned, and then we see KB's parents get stunned. Neel's dad, and then Farah's mom comes in clutch, and she gets far enough where the device just kind of levitates away and out into space, which is interesting. But here's my question about this: how far can this device really reach? Because it's kind of tiny. She little small.
I don't know how especially with how the atmosphere was.
Mm-hmm.
On At Attin, I'm surprised it made it that far.
Well, I believe, because I was reading into it a little bit, I think anything that was created on At Attin surpasses and is able to get through the barrier, no matter what it is. I think that's the only thing that can get through the barrier is something created within the planet itself. But I'm unsure if that's true or not, but it was kind of odd. But the item itself was really tiny, so I was like, what is this really going to do? But they do get it off. They get it out into past the barrier, out into space as we see. But let's flip the script. Let's go back out into space. Our pirates get to here we are. The coordinates that they found episodes ago actually were the right ones for At Attin. And here we go. The pirates are here. We see this planet that's green. It kind of looks dead to me if I were not knowing that it was a barrier
Yeah.
sod. It looks dead. The pirates themselves actually did think it was dead, and they were kind of taunting God, "What the hell did you bring us to? What are we doing?" And we get a volunteer to go into this planet of looks like gas. He don't come back. I think it's I don't know. I think it is. He don't come back. He dies. The ship gets blown up. Would you volunteer to go do that? I sure the fuck would not.
No.
No, absolutely not. We ain't doing all that. And the pirates get mad and they go kind of up in arms. Brutus himself is like, John, get in the airlock, Daddy. Time to get in that airlock, Daddy. It's time to go. Because you lied to us. This is a dead planet. This isn't At Attin. At Attin isn't real like we've been telling you.
Which is very. It seems like a very. How do I say? I would have sent them down. Yeah.
Yeah, through the airlock, me too. I can't blame the pirates right now because I agree. I would have been on the same page as them. Like, what are we doing? We're just here wasting time, or you're here to just kill us all. So, time to go.
It's a good distraction.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is for sure. And I can't. I would also think it would be one.
Which makes it a pretty good disguise because it's not igniting. Let's go down to that.
It's not giving inviting at all. But Jod does make good points during these scenes, and also Jod looks fine AF during these scenes. Just saying, with that tunic, baby. Ugh. Anyways, he does make good points. Why would this thing that they have looked for so long did all of this to get just where it is? Why would it just look like an inviting planet? So he does give good points, I will say, but the pirates aren't having it at all.
Valid.
They're not having a single bit of it. And they put him in that airlock for a minute, but he's lucky. Here we go, that luck-based scenario with the show. Here comes our lovely crew on the Onyx Cinder. They show up, baby. They're right there. And Jod realizes in the airlock that's the key. The ship over there that the kids are on is the key to getting into the planet, which he tells them, and somehow they listen. I don't know how that happened or where he got the gumption to get them to clock back into him. But they pull the good old Onyx Cinder crew into it. They tractor beam their ship into the pirate ship.
They love a tractor beam.
Oh, they do, and so do we. It's pirates especially love a good tractor beam for sure, 100%. We see it used a lot with pirates. It's crazy. But our crew, I will
and
say,
the Empire also likes it.
Yeah, they do. They really do. They like to do a lot of things that aren't so great. But our crew of lovely, honestly, I'm kind of impressed with the crew. The kids that have been like getting their big ones lately, they are actually kind of like learning how to be out in space as like preteens. I don't know how old they are, but they're like 11, 12.
They're definitely younglings.
Yeah, they're like 11, 12, 13 at most, doing their big one. And they come in through with a fight. They got put into this pirate ship and they didn't go down without a fight. They bring out this big old like robotic claw and grab the captain.
Where was that robotic claw, and why was it not used sooner?
Exactly. Where do they find it? I don't know. Why is it a thing? I don't know. But they get it and they capture the captain of the pirates, Brutus, who we've seen in many of episodes. He doesn't seem like someone that's easily caught. But this claw.
I'm surprised all that it took was the claw.
Exactly.
Because he was giving.
Yeah. But
sneaky.
This claw snatches up Brutus, and Brutus is just dangling there, and it's kind of hilarious. Brutus is just like literally dangling in this claw.
Yeah.
And our good old friend Jod takes advantage of this bit of Brutus being unfunctionable. He is not able to function or move. Jod kills Brutus, which was shocking for me when we watched it.
Once again, like, that seemed way too easy.
I agree. Way too easy. And Brutus didn't even say anything or do anything. He just kind of died. And then he's just dangling in this claw dead. And I'm like, bro, what is happening? Which is hilarious. Just the situation is hilarious. Like, Brutus, a person dying isn't hilarious, but the situation of this dangling dead body in this claw still is hilarious to me. Anyways.
Courtesy of children.
Courtesy of children and Jod. So, in doing this, with Jod killing Brutus, literally maliciously as hell, like literally, boom, dead, didn't think about it. He takes over the pirates. He's now the captain. He goes on one of his monologues about. Yes, he does a lot of that. Jod does a little monologue to the other pirates saying that Brutus was, whatever he said, at best a right-hand man, whatever he said. Don't quote me.
I don't know.
Exactly. Whatever he said. The pirates are all about it. They're like, yeah, buddy, you are our captain now, baby. And then all of a sudden, we see a scene, a segment of that little communication device, bloop, 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 out into space. And all of a sudden, we see our parents show up on holograms, reaching out to their children, asking them to get an adversary to get them home. And this kind of fires our kids up. They are currently prisoners, thanks to Jod. And it gets them fired up. They actually start fighting back, which is crazy. And they actually win. They win in the sense that that Fern does her big one again. Fern does a big one.
Fern.
Fern does her big one and takes control of the ship again, claims it as theirs after a little claim battle with her and Jod. And then SM-33 comes through and knocks out Jod.
Yeah.
And the kids escape the pirates, winning, getting SM-33, get the Onyx Cinder, and they're going into At Attin. And we're here. This is what we've been waiting for a minute. The kids are finally going back into this barrier. Which
should have happened 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, it should have happened 20 minutes ago. At this point, this is where the episode actually becomes an episode. But how did you feel about the barrier itself? Because it's much more larger than I thought it was.
Yeah, it felt grander.
It was crazy. It like when we were on at in the beginning, I thought it was just a simple like barrier around the planet, but it's like huge compared to the planet. It's much larger than the planet itself. It's crazy. Like I when we were going through it, when the kids were going through it, I was like, "What the? I did not expect this."
It seemed less of a barrier when they were coming out.
I agree. I definitely agree. But going back
So,
in,
yeah, it felt kind of jarring.
yeah, it was quite the hefty way through, which we do find out when they're going through that Jod was right. This is the key because every time they pass through one of the what's the term I want to use for them? The barrier uh
Some kind
mechanics.
of defense system.
Yeah, the defense system, it would go from red to green every time they passed one. And they weren't the only ones that went into the planet. We do see some pirate ships, some other volunteers, I'm going to call them, came in after them and they got taken out. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Like, I think there was 2 ships. They both got taken out super quickly. But this made me think, and I didn't think about it until earlier today. How often do ships go into the planet and nobody on the actual planet knows this is happening? Like, that's crazy and weird to me.
Well, I think every time like they're getting their shipments, it's like the supervisor over that speaker system is like, everybody go in, it's normal shipment going in or whatever. So it seems like to me that like I feel like anytime someone comes in to go in, I think maybe they're told to stay indoors or something.
Right. I would hope so, but like I was just thinking like what if their planet was actually trying to be invaded and there were multiple ships coming in and they were getting shot down by the barrier and nobody knew. Like they were actually being under kind of attack. That's the crazy part to me.
But if you look at the other side of it, I feel like they don't get shipments a lot. Just with this can't possibly be routine.
It's just wild to me that sorry, my Discord, someone's calling me on Discord.
Not Discord.
Let me close that out because it's distracting. Anyways,
And it's wild ass updates.
literally every other day. I thought when I was logging in today to join this that there was another one, and I was like, I just updated it yesterday. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's hard to tell like what how like it's giving a planet that doesn't need stuff to come in very frequently.
I mean, yeah, they don't.
So I think it's like a very self.
So like the defense mechanism, the defense mechanism is like self-operated.
Yeah.
I think so too. It's just wild to me. Just thinking of me on the planet if I were a citizen on At Attin, and not knowing that I could be trying to be attacked by like pirates, and they're just coming in and getting zapped and destroyed, and I just don't know about it is crazy. That's what my mind went to. It was wild.
But the other thing is, if the Onyx Cinder is the only one,
it was created on At Attin, which is crazy.
Yes, but not only that, that means they haven't had a shipment for how long?
I don't know.
Because if they were the key, which is basically what they're trying to tell us, makes me wonder, when was the last time the Onyx Cinder came down and brought anything?
It would have been a long time. However, I don't think the Onyx Cinder is the only ship that can get in. Which makes me wonder. This made me think of like Tech Reynolds. So, did he steal this ship? Was he from At Attin? I'm confused about that. Was he actually a pirate? Because how did he get a ship from At Attin without being on At Attin or from At Attin? Like, he obviously was on it, but more so from.
What I mean, there's so many variants. I don't
Mhm.
know.
It's very crazy to me, but
But
we do.
just how like the Onyx Cinder came in and people were like, for me, people seemed surprised. Did they not seem surprised when they were like,
They were. It did seem like a big to do when we get into when the plane ship when Onyx Cinder lands. It did seem like a big to do. It seemed like not even a big to do, but like that no one expected it. Like it's not something that's common. Because like they said, get out of the way right now, peeps. Let's go, move. And everyone's like, what is happening?
it almost feels like someone they left the Onyx Cinder there for someone to find.
Mm-hmm. Possibly. Possibly. It's very weird. The Onyx
What
Cinder.
and which adds more questions coming into finale.
Oh my god, we have, and there's even more coming up because once we get to the, we're already like almost over. This episode's already almost over. We're landing onto At Attin, and uh, we realize that Jod somehow got on this ship. Somehow, don't know how he
Fucking
got on it.
Jod.
I don't know how Jod even got on the ship at all. Don't know.
He comes out of nowhere.
He does. So he comes out with his lightsaber and kind of decapitates SM-33. So SM-33 is down and out right now. Ripperoni, baby Ripperoni.
You know
And
who didn't
John,
die during the beheading? His little rat friend.
I thought it was going to die.
I did too.
I did think John was going to step on it and kill it, and I was like, dude, what? That's dark as heck. But yeah, John comes in, slices up our good old boy SM-33's head off, threatens the kids, and like talks about cutting them up if they don't follow his lead about him being the emissary that's bringing them home. Isn't this not giving off Sith AF? Like, is this not giving Sith vibes at all? Like, it's giving me John is giving me Sith vibes now for sure.
He has given me, I've made no secret, he's been giving me Disgraced Jedi for quite a while. But it's definitely now what?
Now what? But definitely now what? Now, because the kids are going on with the plan of Jod's, and Jod gets there, says he's an emissary. The droids are like, yeah, well, supervisor, let's go down to the trenches, baby, and takes
And
Jod and the kids.
those trenches were deep. Like, how far underground are we?
Very far. Like, we were trekking for a minute down this what's the term I want to call or want to say, but we're like on this platform and it's just descending down, and we just were descending for a minute. We're
Yeah,
deep into the planet, deep down into the planet, where there are, once we get down to the depths of this whatever we're in, there are 100. Okay, I looked this up, and this is the number that I found: 1,139 volts in wherever they are now, where the droids took Jod and our crew. The
holy
kids are with him. There are 1,139 volts filled with Old Republic credits. Filled. Jod is in heaven right now. Heaven. He is living his best life right now. He's
He's
like
getting
vibing.
that coin erection, Mr. Scrooge McDuck energy.
And it's coming off. It comes off already sus to me, especially when he's down there like on his knees and like watching these credits fall to the ground. He is like in a high. He is cackling. He is living his best. Why are the droids just chilling? Because this
Why
is
are
a
they
red
like?
flag.
That is a good. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But there's another question about the droids that I have too that I want to bring up. Also, is when this episode's already concluding. It has been like a really short episode, but all of our children finally get reunited with their parents. How did the parents come down here? How did they get here?
Didn't it seemed like they were coming down via a ship of some kind?
I don't. That's the part I kind of forget. How did they get here? They're just
I
here now.
think they came down on some kind of transport.
They would have had to. I'm assuming Fern's mom had something to do with that.
Yeah.
Uh, but our kids get reunited with their parents. We see Neel's mom, we see both of KB's moms, we see Fern's mom, and we see Wim's dad. They're all having a little kiki, but that gets interrupted really quickly with John coming up, pulling out his lightsaber again, all looking huffy and puffy. But my other question about this episode is what happened to the droids? Where are they now? Did he off them all?
I don't.
Why?
I feel like he got rid of them,
I feel like he did too, but it was off camera. We didn't see it.
and it was like that was my one main gripe was they before you knew it the episode was over, and like I said earlier, I wish they would have just went into finale because one, if you know anything about me, I hate a cliffhanger.
I also hate a cliffhanger, and we got exactly that because this is where the episode ends with John huffing and puffing with his
And
lightsaber out.
the majority of the episode, like we got to that, and then that's where it. Yeah, I don't. If you're going to waste that much time on getting to the planet, I wish the episode. I guess like if I had to, I rather have had 10 more minutes than
Nothing.
yeah.
Because this is the episode's over now. We're already done. Ends with just John having his lightsaber out, looking at giving them like devil eyes. Like he's looking demonic in this
He's
moment.
giving. I'm gonna go off and do another Order 66.
Exactly.
Starting with these 4 children.
Exactly. So the episode's over. So how do we feel going into finale? Are we worried about how this is going to conclude? How season 1 of the show that has been so good is concluding?
I hope the pacing of the finale is definitely better.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, like I feel like it's gonna end on a cliffhanger again, and then Disney's gonna pull some madness and cancel it.
I think you're right I think you're right about the cliffhanger part, which upsets me personally because we just had one. This was the biggest cliffhanger that I've seen in a long time for a show in general. This week's episode was so crazy cliffhanger. I was actively reacting when we were watching it together. I was like, what the heck? But if they do 2 cliffhangers back to back, and especially the 2 final episodes of the season, oh, I will be up in flames. I will be mad.
I'm low-key hoping that there's more than just that one lightsaber down there.
Yes, which is interesting because I also want this as well. Now, do we think? Well, we obviously know the kids don't have any. So, do we think all of the parents are going to have one? Like, we're going to just plop them up? Or what do we think's happening with that? Because I think I would love that too.
I don't know. I It's hard to say. Now, I've been very set on that these parents don't seem like a one-off.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they've been on some kind of adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And why are we on this planet? Like for me, and you already kind of know where I'm going, I do not think all that gold was the true treasure of this treasure planet.
No, I don't either. And it really, me, when we had our discussion after the episode, I really do think like stuff was brought into light because we both came to the conclusion that why would money be like the big thing that this planet has after all the trouble of even finding out where it is? Now, everyone, comment down below what you think this treasure is on this planet before we go any further. Comment down below what you believe. But both of us here on the Chaos Chronicles believe that the children are the actual treasure of the planet and possibly even force sensitive children.
Right.
And even again, just saying that aloud again,
Sounds
even
wild.
sounds absolutely crazy. But I'm like hyped up. That hypes me up about it. I'm getting excited about that thought.
Yeah.
And
I just, what, like going into finale, come on, I don't even care how long it is. Give me like a flashback. I want to know what's going on with KB. Why does she have droid like parts?
mhm.
What
Is
are Why are we so concerned about these assessments?
there's a lot that about the planet. Well, when it comes to KB, we do need as an audience, we need to see what accident she was in. Is she at all any bit human anymore, or is she completely like droid now? Like, can it? What? How the percentage? I guess I want to say of how much droid she is.
Right. And like, I'm not 100% sure that even Fern knows all of it
I don't think so either.
because I feel like if Fern had any inkling, maybe, just maybe, we wouldn't have seen the way she treated KB in the episode.
Last week's
What?
episode.
Yeah, last week. The Zero Friends No More or whatever it was called.
I agree. I I'm wondering how much of KB's story Fern actually knows. She definitely doesn't know all of it. We do, as viewers, both of us, and I know others that are watching with us, want to see more of KB's backstory. We need it. What happened to you? Like honestly, and that's something important now with the season because it's like with the main characters.
Part of me is hoping that it's been KB and she force pushes someone or something, maybe steals that lightsaber from Jod.
I would love that too.
I want, I don't know.
We want something, and I would love it. I would love either scenario here. Scenario one being one of the children force uh like Force steals the lightsaber from Jod or Force pushes Jod. That would be cool. Or on the flip, the parents, one of them at least, pulls out a lightsaber themselves and battles Jod.
And I feel like whose lightsaber is this? Because we had both said it looks familiar to us, but we can't place quite whose it could be.
Yes, I want to know this too. It does look super familiar to both of us if we look at the hilt itself. There are theories that it could be either the supervisor's lightsaber, and then the supervisor is hiding from Order 60 after Order 66 on At Attin, or I've seen another rumor and theory of it being Tack Reynolds, the captain of the Onyx Cinder before. It could be his as well, and maybe he was hiding it himself in his own layer of treasures. It could. That's the two theories I've heard, but it doesn't seem like it's either of those to me, unless the supervisor is someone that we already know.
Well, like the other thing that makes me weird out, we go back to that planet where we met Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Kim kind of said to KB, she was like, "You know how to get a hold of us," and that was kind of like call out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't. I would like to see her again.
We better see her again, if not in the finale. I really genuinely hope that Disney doesn't cancel Skeleton Crew like they did with Acolyte, because I feel like this series has been so refreshing for Star Wars. I want these characters to be. We want these characters to be in like canon, and we both stated last Tuesday that these characters, if we are right, and you and I are both onto something, that these characters, if they are force sensitive, could be then introduced to other like series that we have now. Like they could be on Ahsoka, they could be in the Rey film.
Feel like
Maybe
I don't know. I don't know where the timeline is. This is set after Return of the Jedi, so Vader is dead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know where we're going, but back to the assessment, it feels like that assessment's to probably help them see if the kids are force sensitive.
I agree. Or if the kids in general are, the degree, like how much of the force is in them. I think you're right on that note. I think you hit that right on the head, like nail on the head. I think you I think the assessment isn't so that it places them in their careers. It is so that the planet knows how much of force sensitive are the children, or who is out of the children force sensitive. I agree.
It just goes into where are we going?
That is the big question that we have both said on every, like, at the end of our episodes. Every episode, it seems like, where are we going? And after the cliffhanger we got, I genuinely don't know. I have no idea going into finale what we're doing.
Or yeah, because like I don't know. I have no idea where we're going. And I logistically, I don't know if one episode left is going to help us answer any of these questions.
I don't think so either. The only question I can see us getting answered in the finale right now, if I had to guess, is who the supervisor is. That might be the only thing we get answered, because I feel like if we're wrong and the kids aren't going to be force sensitive or do anything, or the parents aren't Jedi already, the supervisor has to be a Jedi that's hiding from Order 66, I would think. So I think we would see that maybe get answered, hopefully, if they're even alive and real. But that's all I think we're getting answers to.
That was the other thing. Like, we had discussed, does the supervisor even exist?
Mm-hmm. Or is it like an Oz situation, like the Wizard of Oz situation, where it's a facade and it's not actually anything meaningful? That's another thing that we don't know, and I hope we get answers to any of these questions, because I have a list of questions. I think these are I'm over my notes, but I have a couple questions. We already talked about them all, but will we ever get is who is the supervisor? Are the kids or the parents in trouble? Will John kill somebody? Will John attack them? What? And then, like, where are we going? And we won't find out until next week. But I don't know, and I don't know if that's good or bad though either, because in some shows and some series,
Right.
it could be predictable. We know where we're going from early on. It's pretty predictable. So is not knowing a good thing to make it more intriguing?
I'm on the double-edged sword of it all. I'm not. So for me, I want to know, but also I kind of like don't want the crazy to end,
Mm-hmm.
which is why, even though this episode ended with a cliffhanger, I don't. Yeah.
I do not know, but we only have one episode left, and we will figure it out next week. Is there anything else we want to say about the episode? Because all my notes are gone. We've tackled that we're kind of in the unknown right now.
Is
What is
Kim coming?
is Kim
Like,
coming
I want
back?
to know, are we going to see Miss Kim again? Because that was a character I wanted to know more of.
I agree.
Is
And
Jod going to have 100 million other names? Like, how many Alice's does he have?
yes, who knows? What's his real name at this point? Like, honestly, is John his real name? Who
I
knows?
don't think it is.
Honestly, comment down below what you guys think is
What do you guys think
happening.
is going to happen in the season finale?
Exactly. What do you think is going to happen in the season finale? Will we see Kim again? Will John have any more alias names?
Will he
And
kill someone?
will he kill someone? Please let us know, because we have a billion questions. I'm sure you do too. But that's all I have. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I guess our answers will be answered
Maybe.
maybe. How many more
Potentially.
days do we have till finale? 1, 2, less than a week.
Less than a week. Only a couple days. So we will see. But thank you guys for watching. Please comment down below your thoughts on this episode. The finale is approaching. What do you think is going to happen? And we will see you next week. And until next time, Anchorites, and thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Chaos Chronicles. Feel free to check the links below for our TikTok, Instagram, and much more. And what were your thoughts on this week's episode? How did you feel about what happened in this week's universe? We would love to hear from you. Please leave your comments down below. And until next time, once again, I'm Dusty, and this is my co-pilot, Jordyn, and we are Chaos Chronicles. Thank you so much for watching.